Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my review for The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 7. And this episode is called Time for After, and it came out on December 3rd, 2017. Overall, I thought this was a good episode of Walking Dead. It didn't really follow up on any of the storylines except maybe one from the last episode, but I still thought it was done. I still thought it was a pretty good episode. It had kind of like three main storylines it focused on, and I really liked all of the ones they focused on. So, yeah, overall I liked it. Alright, so let's start talking about it. The episode, obviously I'm not going to mention all the storylines separately. I'm going to kind of go through them all at once. The main focus of this episode I'm going to kind of talk about is everything that kind of happened at the sanctuary with the Saviors. And obviously the planned attack that Daryl had with everybody else. So those will be kind of the things I'm going to focus on. Obviously they did more with, the scavengers, but that kind of ties in more towards the end, so I'll talk about that. So let's talk about what happened at the sanctuary first, because that was kind of like the main focus of this episode. So, I'm just going to kind of talk about everything that kind of went on inside, then go over the attack. Eugene pretty much figures out that Dwight's the one that is working with the militia to take down the sanctuary. And Eugene respectfully asks him to cease and desist, just because a lot of good people are going to die from it, and a lot of good people are going to die from his plan. And he won't say anything that Dwight's the one that is the man that's working on the inside. Because everyone thinks it's Eugene, but then Dwight sits him down and threatens to kill Eugene if he doesn't take down, if he says anything about it. And he said that the whole sanctuary is going to be better without Negan. And I liked this. I kind of liked the altercation that Dwight and Eugene had. And Eugene always mentions that he always does what's best for himself. And Eugene tells him that if he doesn't bring on any more threats to the sanctuary, that he won't say anything about Dwight working with the group from the inside. So I like this scene a lot here. I like the altercation that Eugene and Dwight had with each other, and I liked it. It was really good. And then he goes into Dr. Coulson's office, and Dr. Coulson runs out and gets supplies for Gabriel, because he reveals that Gabriel's in really bad conditions, so he wants Eugene to sit out with him. And in this scene, Eugene pretty much says that it's his own fault. He says that it's Gabriel's own fault that he's even in this position to begin with, because he's the one that was part of the attack with the militia to take down the Saviors, and the sanctuary. So, and Dr. Coulson says, "You really want him to die, your friend?" And I did like how Eugene, because throughout this episode, he doesn't refer to any members of the militia. Well, mainly Alexandria, because he doesn't really know anyone from the hilltop. Well, I guess he's met people from the hilltop, but he doesn't really know anyone from the kingdom, because that kind of came after he was taken and stuff. But he reveals that they were never his friend. They were travel companions, and I kind of liked how he talked about that. And then when Dr. Coulson leaves, Gabriel then is struggling to get water, and Eugene gives it to him. And Gabriel tells him that Gabriel asks him if he's still gonna go forth with with his plan to break Dr. Coulson out of the sanctuary and bring him back to the hilltop. And Eugene then says that even if we tried to do that and I joined you, there's no way we'd be able to get out of here with all these walkers around. And then Gabriel tells him that God's going to give you strength to do the right thing. Kind of like that, God's inside you and always brings you towards the right thing. But then Eugene asks, what really is the right thing? A lot of people try to do the right thing, but then they go into different directions in the means to do the right thing. But he doesn't really say it that way. He says it like, very smart science type of way. And then And obviously he kind of talks about he doesn't believe in that bull crap about God and stuff like that. But then Gabriel brings up the fact that I bet you didn't believe that walkers were going to rule the world and the dead was going to rule the world, but that's happened. And God's going to find and give you strength about what the right thing to do is. So I like this scene a lot. And then later on in the episode, one of Eugene's wives comes in, and she's not even really concerned that, like, the sanctuary is going to be taken down. All she cares about is Eugene fixing her boombox, which I thought was kind of funny, actually. Then Eugene, and then she tells him that, all of this could have been avoided. I've been struggling to sleep for, since I got into the sanctuary, and you could have avoided all this because you could have given us those pills and got Negan killed off, and we wouldn't be in this war with the militia or any of that. And we wouldn't be in this position right now with the walkers invaded. And because he asked her for the alcohol, because she had an alcohol bottle in her hand, and she just finds it kind of funny that when they came to Eugene for something, he didn't give it to them, and all that Eugene cares about is keeping himself alive. So she gives it to him, and I liked it. I thought it was a good scene here. And then one of the sanctuary's lieutenant comes in and tells him that Negan wants to see him, and Negan wants to know if Eugene's come up with a plan on how to save the sanctuary, because he realizes that a lot of people are going to die, and he's not going to be one of them because he thrives in this type of world, but he doesn't want to lose people because of this. And then Eugene tells him he hasn't figured out a plan yet, but he's slowly coming up with a plan. And then Negan reaches his hand down and gives him a respectful handshake. And Negan tells him that I don't usually give a lot of people handshake, but I'm giving one to you. So that was kind of like the beginning part of the episode. And I kind of like this. This kind of gave us like a little bit of background to like Eugene and kind of have him, struggle about which side he wants to be on, whether that's the sanctuary or the militia side. And I really enjoyed this. It kind of makes you, because we know Eugene will do anything, whatever it takes to survive. And this kind of put him in a little bit of conflict with that. And then there's more that happens with it, but I kind of want to talk about what happened on the outside with that planned attack that Daryl had, because then it kind of ties into the next scene that happens with Eugene. So I'm going to talk about that next. So Daryl, Rosita, Michonne, and Tara are all outside, and Daryl tells them the planned attack that they have to fight off the sanctuary. He reveals that he's just going to ram the garbage truck he's driving right into the place and just attack it from the inside. And Rosita doesn't want to go through with this plan because she believes that Rick has a plan and it's worth sitting out and waiting for it. So Rosita doesn't want to go through with it. Michonne at first wants to, but then Rosita kind of talks her out of it, and then later on when Michonne's about to do it, she says, I just wanted to see what was going to happen, and I may not be able to see what happens afterwards, but I'm going to, sit this one out as well. So she refuses, and Daryl and Taro still want to go through with it, and Morgan offers to kind of help them out on the inside by taking out any snipers that come in between them. So then Daryl drives the garbage truck right into the sanctuary, which causes all the walkers to go near them. And then I'm going to kind of reveal what happened next. So before all this happened, and kind of as they were showing this scene, Eugene had come up with a plan. He pretty much makes a homemade drone because he finds the iPod that Sasha was listening to in the season finale of season 7. When she turned into a walker and tried to kill Negan, and he was going to use that, and he pretty much made like a homemade drone. He took I don't really know what to call it, but he pretty much made a homemade drone, and he was going to play the iPod and fly it around and obviously lead the walkers away from the sanctuary. But Dwight holds a gun to his head and says that if we're very close to getting rid of Negan, and if we keep Negan, and if Negan stays alive, he's going to kill all of Eugene's old friends. And Eugene says he doesn't want to, and pretty much Eugene reveals that he's pretty much on the verge of dying anyways. If he doesn't solve the problem, Negan's going to kill him. But if he does solve the problem, Dwight's going to kill him. So really, Eugene figures he's going to die anyway. So he just tries to fly the drone around. And what happens is Dwight shoots the drone down. And this was after, and then afterwards, Dale and Steph had driven the garbage truck into the sanctuary. And what happens is this causes the walkers to kind of form into the sanctuary, and everybody on the inside tries to kill him, but everybody starts to get bit and stuff like that. So then Eugene kind of sees all this happen, and we see Dwight sees all this happen, and then Eugene's talking privately to Negan, and Eugene reveals that we can make our own homemade bullets to kind of get rid of the walkers from the sanctuary. No, actually, that's not what happens next. Then Eugene goes into Gabriel and tells him that he's not going to go forth with this plan because he's going to do whatever it takes for him to survive, and that's what he believes is the right thing, which I like that scene a lot. It was a very good speech. Then he talks to Negan and tells him that we can manufacture our own bullets and take out the walkers and also take out the militia. And obviously Negan then tells him that he's pretty much second in command, and then he was about to reveal that Dwight was the one that's been working from the inside against the sanctuary. But then when all the lieutenants walk in, Eugene doesn't. And we don't really know why he doesn't. So I think that's going to be very interesting to kind of see the interactions that they have with each other. And then what happens is Eugene hears all the bullets and stuff go down, and he drinks the wine to kind of drown out the noise. And I kind of like this scene a lot. So I loved Eugene in this episode. I think, I got to look up his name, but I think Josh McDermott did a very good job playing in this episode. I thought he played the character really well, and I loved it. So everything that happened at the sanctuary will get enough for the episode. And then this is pretty much kind of a smaller storyline, but kind of will turn into probably a big storyline. Back at the dumpster with the scavengers, they take Rick out of his dumpster and take pictures of him and draw a picture of what he looks like. And Rick gives them a final chance to join up with them, but they still refuse. So then towards the end of the episode, they take Rick out again, and they have him go down on his knees, and they take out a walker that they had hold down on one of those leash things that they use to kind of hold down prisoners and stuff. And this walker had like a thing on him that with knives and stuff. Now this walker didn't look as cool as the first walker they had Rick fight off from season 7, episode 2, when they met them the first time, but it still looked pretty cool. And Rick's all tied up, and then Rick, before the walker gets to him, fights off all the other members of the sanctuary and takes the walker's like leash and beats them all up. He rips the walker's head off with the leash, and then he holds down Jadis and tells him that he is going to leave, and my group's all going to come in and attack all of you, and we're going to end Negan, but you have a chance to still join up with me. So then Jadis agrees to join up with them and wants a fourth of his weaponry and all of his resources if they win. And Rick agrees, but also wants his clothes back and stuff. And Rick also revealed that they had the Saviors all in trouble with the walkers and everything. But then when they go to the sanctuary, Rick kills a few of their snipers that turned into walkers, and he tries to radio in on anybody else, but nobody comes in. And then when he sees that there's no walkers there, he sees the big garbage truck, he realizes that his plan's kind of starting to fall apart, and that was the end of the episode. And I think maybe, and I don't know if he's going to realize instantly that Dale had something to do with this, because in episode 5 of this season, Dale had mentioned he was going to strike first. So I'm assuming he'll instantly kind of figure that out, but we'll have to wait and see. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode of Walking Dead. I thought it was a good episode. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I kind of like everything that happened, and it makes me really look forward to the mid-season finale, which is going to be 90 minutes, which I'll probably check that out probably tomorrow. So overall, I enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to see how they're gonna follow this up. And they say that it's gonna be like, you know, there's gonna be a talked about scene at the end. So obviously, no one reveal it in the comments below and stuff like that. But we have to wait and see. But I really liked everything they did in this episode. I thought it was good. Overall, if I had to say, I'm not. Oh, actually, I was gonna give my overall thoughts on what I thought of season 8, but I'm gonna wait till the next episode because that's the mid-season finale, and then I'll kind of talk about it. But this has been. I thought this was a good episode here. And it really kind of builds stuff that could happen in episode 8. So overall, I enjoyed it. Really, I don't have anything left to say. Just make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. And make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers. I know actually, this is the Only Talking Native channel. Make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers channel. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.